Okay, in this video we're going to talk about subtraction models, including the takeaway model, the missing add-in model, the comparison model, and the number line. Okay, the first model that we're going to look at is the takeaway model. Okay, so we're going to look at modeling 8 minus 3 equals 5. So to do the takeaway model, we're going to count out, to begin with, 8, and I only have 7. We're going to count out 8 of our color counters. Okay, now the takeaway model just simply says take away 3. So we go 1, 2, 3. I took 3 away, so that leaves 5. Okay, as we think about how we learned math and how we learned to subtract, one of the things that I remember is that my elementary teacher actually said, instead of saying this fact as 8 minus 3 equals 5, my elementary teacher says, what is 8 take away 3? 8 take away 3 is 5. So this is a way to look at making sure that students really have an understanding of what subtraction means. And it means taking away from something. Okay, so let's look at another fact here. Let's look at 6 minus 2, and that, of course, equals 4. So 6 take away 2. So we have 6, and then model taking away 2, and then that leaves 4. So this is the takeaway model. Okay, the next model that we want to talk about is the missing add-in model. Okay, the missing add-in model really builds on the fact that a student has a clear understanding of the fact that addition and subtraction are related, and that subtraction undoes addition, and that addition undoes subtraction. Okay, and this will help the student. If the student has a clear understanding of addition, then they'll be able to more readily relate to the missing add-in model. So the missing add-in model says, well, if I want to know what 8 minus 5 is, then I need to say, well, that means that 5 plus something, or a missing add-in, equals 8. So in order to do that, then I look at 5 plus what is 8. So I count out 8 color counters, 2, 4, 6, 8. And then I take my 5 that I have originally, because I'm trying to find the missing add-in. So if I count out 5 of those, then how many are left? What's my missing add-in to determine what goes with 8? And that would be 3. So I could count in 1, 2, 3, so that my missing add-in is 3. So therefore, 8 minus 5 equals 3. So the missing add-in model. Okay, the next model we want to look at is the comparison model. Okay, the comparison model says, well, what I want to do is I want to compare 8 and 5. So I want to know what the difference is here. What is the answer when I take 8 and subtract 5? So let's model 8, which would be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? And let's model 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and I'm going to move this and slide these up here. And slide these over. Okay, so what I've done is I have got the top part represents 8, the bottom part represents 5, and I can make a one-to-one correspondence with these pieces here. Okay, so my comparison model says that this part matches over here. So the part that doesn't match, where there's not a one-to-one correspondence, will be what the answer is. Okay, because this is everything that's more than my 5 that it takes to get to my answer of 8. So the comparison, you just make the one-to-one correspondence, and then whatever's left will be your answer. Okay, and the last model we're going to look at is the number line model. Okay? And for the number line model, we're going to look at modeling 8 minus 5. So to do that, we start out with, and our number line starts at 0 because we're talking about whole numbers, and goes on and on forever to the right. So that's why I've put the arrow at the end, and I've numbered 1 through 10. I apologize, my dog's in the background. So from 0 to 8, I count 8 units, okay? So that when I move over 8 units, I end up here at positive 8. Now, the takeaway model is one we want to think about, except that on the number line, we want to think of it as 8, go back 5. So I want to go back 5 units, and that will put me at 3 units. And if I count 1, 2, 3 units, then 8 minus 5 equals 3. And that's the number line model. Okay? So we'll just review real quickly. Subtraction models include the takeaway model, 8 take away 3. The missing add-in model for 8 take away 3 then would be 3 plus something equals 8. The comparison model would be to make a one-to-one correspondence, and the number line model would be to model the large add-in first and then go back the smaller add-in. So